Good evening and welcome to Wiregrass Sports. We're glad to have you tonight. Glad you could join us. Sorry for being a little late tonight with technical difficulties, but we are here and we are alive, and there is a barn burner going on right now between Daleville and Ayrton. We had planned on showcasing Jalen White tonight, but it looks like he's showcasing himself in Ayrton for the first half, and Ayrton's coming back in the second half. Our phone lines will be open tonight, 334-697-3644. I'm your host, Brandon Adams, and once again want to thank you for joining us tonight on Wiregrass Sports. We're already getting some callers queued up here. Let's go ahead and go to the phones and take one now.
Brandon.
Hey, Duke, how you doing,
hey,
man?
Man, doing good. Listen, got a score from you from Ayrton. Got a final score, 55 Ayrton, 40 Daleville.
55 Ayrton, 40 Daleville. I know that one. That one come down to the wire, didn't it?
Yes, come back from 26-0. Come back and battle back and got the win.
So what did you see different between Ayrton in the first half and second half?
Heart.
Heart.
We give a lot of heart the second half. They went in at halftime. And come out. You could just tell when they come out that it was a different ball team. That they decided that they wanted to play some football tonight, and they played hard.
So how did Justin White, the number 25 kid for Daleville, do in the second half?
He run the ball hard. He had a couple of good runs, but that was the turning point. We figured out how to tackle it. More or less. I mean, we do what?
Yeah, go ahead.
I said we figured out how to tackle him. I mean, he run hard the whole game. I mean, that's an athlete. I mean, he is a good athlete. We stepped it up in the second half and done a lot of game tackling, team tackling.
Was there any changes offense-wise that you saw that, line started blocking so you could run the ball, or, Herring started throwing better? Or?
Well, we still Herring's still out. We still got Ian in at quarterback.
Okay.
That was the thing. We started blocking good, and we was averaging close to probably 5 yards a carry. We was hitting our holes hard, and we just run the ball hard. We just run the ball real hard. Didn't do a lot of passing. Done some, but just enough to keep them honest.
To open up that run game, just enough to open it up so you can keep pounding the ball. Hey, well, we appreciate
Absolutely.
you. We appreciate you calling, Duke, and y'all have a good night. Enjoy the win.
Absolutely. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. That was Duke calling from the Ayrton game. My phone's been blowing up all night of people constantly texting me updates about that game. Another exciting game that happened tonight was Samson and Holland home. There was apparently there was an altercation that happened right after a play, and 4 total players were ejected, 2 from each team, 2 from Samson, 2 from Holland home. So a total of 4 players ejected. But Highland Home's going to come away with that victory. Let's go and let's take a look at some of the scores right now. There's one story we wanted to cover this week that we broke the news earlier this week. Coach Pate Harrison from Elba. We'd like your comments on that as well tonight. 334-697-3644. He's currently on administrative leave for an incident that happened between him and his son at a JV game Monday, Tuesday night. The Elba JV game. Incident happened between him and his son. Disciplinary action's been taken. He's on administrative leave. The school's still investigating to see what happens, but we'd like to hear your comments. Let's take a short break, and we'll be back in just a second. On Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama.
Preston's Steak and Grill in Troy and Laverne serves quality food cooked over a wood-fired grill. Call us for any event you may need catered. Located at 1647 US 231 Troy and 149 Forest Avenue in Laverne.
All right, this is Adam. Take two. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa Know-How. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa Know-How team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At nfhslearn.com, you can find over 60 courses for coaches, administrators, officials, parents, students, and performing arts programs, including over 25 free courses such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. For more information, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
TLC Plus is your one-stop shop for pressure washing, landscaping, custom woodworking, and full-service electrical work. Licensed and insured, there is no job too big or too small. They offer flexible hours with no overtime charges, weekdays until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays. With hundreds of satisfied customers from across the Wiregrass, TLC Plus has competitive pricing and the best warranty in the industry. Give them a call today at 334-268-1515.
South Alabama Stockyard, family owned and operated by cattle farmers right here in Southeast Alabama. Come every Wednesday at 12 p.m. and join the best buyers and sellers from all over the area. Whether you come for the experience, looking at getting into the cattle business, or maintaining and growing your farm, South Alabama Stockyard is where all the farmers are. Vendors are on site at every auction, so come on and have lunch with us. Located at 268 County Road 5522, Troy, Alabama.
Coaches teach your kids to dream. Coaches teach your kids to overcome. Coaches teach your kids good sportsmanship. Coaches teach your kids proper technique. But who teaches your coaches?
Well, it finally happened, Zachary. Somebody burned down my she shed.
Nobody burned down your she shed, Cheryl.
Well, my she shed's on fire.
The she shed was struck by lightning.
Zachary, is my she shed covered by State Farm?
Your she shed's covered, Cheryl.
You hear that, Victor? I'm getting a new she shed.
She's here?
Mm-hmm.
That's wonderful news.
Go with the one that's here to help life go right. State Farm.
Call State Farm agent Burrise Gracie today.
We are Laverne Veterinary Hospital. Our goal at Laverne Veterinary Hospital is to provide the ultimate care because our animal friends teach us more than we could expect and love us more than we could hope. Dr. Troy Jones, Dr. Lewis Jones, and Dr. Brittany Reynolds will treat your pets like family. Mr. Perry Hill is available by appointment for your furry friends' grooming needs, serving you at the convenient location of 918 South Forest Avenue in Laverne.
Hook's Barbecue, down-home barbecue in a counter-served setting, located on Emma Drive off of Highway 231 in Troy, Alabama. Welcome back to Wiregrass Sports. The phone lines are open tonight, 334-697-3644. We want to hear from you, what game you were at tonight, what you saw. We've had a caller from the Ayrton game, a very good game. Ayrton was down 26-0 and come back and won the game. Hey, even if you were there, give us a call. We want to hear what you saw. There's fans that weren't at that game that you might have saw something the caller didn't see, so give us a call. We want to talk to you. Ayrton was playing Daleville, and Daleville's currently have, according to Max Preps, sourcing Max Preps, Daleville has the #1 rusher in the nation. Jalen White, number 25 for Daleville. He's 6'2", he's 190, he's a senior. Before tonight, he had played in 4 games. He had rushed for 1,109 yards in 4 games on 99 carries. The #1 rusher in the nation of all classes. Here's some highlights of his first 4 weeks. Let's check those out. And that was Jalen White there from Daleville showing some more of those score updates. Let's bring a special guest on tonight. We hadn't heard from him in a couple of weeks. Welcome to Wiregrass Sports, Mr. Lee McBride. Lee, how you doing, buddy?
Doing good, brother. How about you?
I'm doing fair. Had a couple of problems tonight, but hey, we're live, we're on the air, and we can see and hear you.
Well, that's fantastic. It's been an exciting night. I've been following some of the scores.
Well, good deal. You're in Alabama this week?
Yeah, I'm at home. That's very rare. It's first Friday night I've been home since football started.
I'm sure you're enjoying it. I'll let you take it away for us. How about that?
Well, I just appreciate, again, I always want to tell you I appreciate the opportunity to be calling in. And, a lot of people don't know what we do, but I've spoken to 110 football teams since July the 29th. And I'm a big fan of high school football, and I just try to do anything I can to, show support to those young men in any way. And I try to bring a humorous story to your show, and I'm proud of what you're doing.
We appreciate you being on, Lee, and I hope you got a good humor story tonight.
I do. I'll tell you, a couple of weeks ago, it got a little clumsy there for a second. I got a little nervous. I can't believe it. I don't get nervous in front of people live, but I got a little nervous on your show.
There ain't nobody in front of you right now, Lee.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, I tell this story a lot to young men in the locker room and in pregame speeches, so I thought I would share it tonight. When I was in the third grade, life was pretty good. My dad actually was half owner in a few auto parts stores in Columbus, Georgia, and actually one in Phoenix City, Alabama. And he comes in and tells us that he's going to sell his part of the business and he's going into ministry. So we moved down to Lakeland, Florida. My dad goes to Bible college, and my life changes pretty drastically. I'm not saying we were wealthy, but I'm just saying started off every morning, me and old Tony the Tiger, and eating them Frosted Flakes. I was the first kid in my neighborhood to have a pair of Adidas tennis shoes. People didn't even know how to say it, because back then you only had three kinds. You had old pair of Converse All-Stars, old Chucky Taylors, or some old black or red kids, or you had a pair of shoes didn't have no name on them. We called them Buddies. We even had a little song, Buddies. They make your feet feel fine, Buddies. Your mama bought them for $1.49. So, but I mean, when I got them Adidas, man, I was on time. But anyway, we moved down there, and there was a kid who lived a couple houses down from me. He really wasn't any bigger than me, but he was kind of a bully. He was 2 years older than me, and he put the word out that he was going to whoop my tail when he saw me. Now, I'd like to tell you a heroic story of how I put the theme to Rocky, in my headphones and went jogging with my ankle weights on and came back and whooped him, but that's not really what happened. I was pretty scared of him. I began to dodge him. Well, about 3 days of that, checking to see if he's out in the yard and everything, I got tired of it. One day I wasn't paying attention. I walked out my front yard and there he was. And really about half the neighborhood's there waiting on me. And the old boy made a bad mistake. He said something about my mama. Now, I know kids like to jank on each other's mama, but you can leave my mama, Bear Bryant, and Earnhardt. You better leave them three out of it because, tears filled my eyes. I got angry, and I'll never forget. I reared back and swung as hard as I could, and I missed his whole head. And he pushed my face in the dirt and was just wearing the back of my head out. I can still hear the sound effects. Boom, boom. I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope he gets tired in a few minutes because this is embarrassing. Out of nowhere, I hear the weirdest sound I've ever heard in my life. It was a metallic, hollow sound, came from nowhere. Woo, boom. He flies off of me. I turned around and looked, and my 6-year-old brother had hit him in the head with a pogo stick. And I ain't talking about no plastic Fisher-Price pogo stick. I'm talking about back in the day we wore him out. And there's a scripture that says Jesus is a friend that sticks closer than a brother. And I always picture when I think about that scripture, I just tell people sometimes people are spiritually where I was physically. They got their old head down and the enemy's just wearing them out and they just hope it stops. But Jesus is a friend sticks closer than a brother. He's got a pogo stick and he'll knock the devil off you.
I hear you, brother. I hear you. Hey, we appreciate your time and you coming on the show again.
All right, man. You have a good night. Thanks.
Hey, you too. Yes, sir. Thank you, Lee. That was Mr. Lee McBride. Let's go to the phone now. We got a caller on the line. Coach Tyra from Abbeville. How you doing, Coach?
I'm good, man. Y'all doing all right, Brandon?
Doing pretty good, pretty good. You want to tell us about the night you had tonight?
Man, yes, sir. We managed to pull off another W tonight, man. And everybody, we got an opportunity to get some work and just try to work on some things and make sure we were polished and stay focused on the opponent tonight. And so several guys had some big plays. Nathan Hall stepped up, did well for us at quarterback this week. Rick Davis Dozier ran the ball really well at starting at tailback tonight. Also Javen Anderson had a couple of plays offensively, had a pick on defense. So some guys really just spreading the wealth around. They're really playing well, and everybody's kind of just in tune with one another. And so it was really good win to pick up another region win against Houston County. So so we're kind of trying to turn all the bearings up to the next opponent, which is Pike County. That's going to always be a tough one to play. And lucky we got them at home, but tonight, we played real well, man. I can't complain. I was real pleased with everybody's play. We still had a little few boneheaded things that just frustrated me. But that's steadily just constantly trying to restructure and get our eyes all together on the same thing, man.
Well, congratulations, Coach. And I know, Pike County will be a class above, so that really won't be a region game. So I know you're still, trying to compete for that top region spot right now at the moment.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we are. And this second half of this season is going to be very difficult for us. We'll have everything, everything and then some we want, in the second half, because you've got, left for us, Ayrton and Long, Barber, and I think who the other is, but Daleville, strong teams right there, man. And that's it just don't get any easier for us. We're sitting where we are. Everybody's trying to rob the crown, and if you don't protect it, it can happen any time.
Yeah, definitely. That sounds like the SEC schedule of high school football in Southeast Alabama. There, the teams you're naming for 2A class.
It is. Well, and we do. I believe our region is one of the tougher ones. I'll have to go tit for tat for anybody. I know that, just west of us, Laverne, Holland, they've got a tough one. But, just, almost top to bottom, we got some guys in there that does, and some coaches that do it really well, and some kids that do it even better. So, that's, I just think, we just have to, bring it every week and, stay focused on, what we do over here.
Well, congratulations tonight, Coach, and good luck next week, and we hope to hear from you next week.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man. I appreciate y'all having me on.
Yes, sir. That was Coach Robin Tyra from Abbeville, still, winning in the region, fighting for that top spot, playing in a tough region there in Class 2A with Daleville and Ayrton and GW Long. Usually that's one you see play the Holland-Luverne region once you get in about the third or fourth round there. Good matchups. We got another caller on the line. Let's go to them now. It's Brendan Wiregrass Sports.
It's Coach Snyder.
Hey, Coach Snyder, how you doing?
We're doing good, doing real good.
Well, congratulations on the victory tonight.
Yes, sir. It's always nice to have those. Very proud of our young men and this coaching staff. What a good job they have done.
Yes, sir. I know that was a game that Wiregrass Sports had live last season, and it was, come down to a barn burner. It was a great game, and I know you're glad you got the victory tonight this year.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yes, sir. We are. We felt like
we didn't play to our potential last year, but our guys really stepped up and played a real good game. Coach Holmes and his group done an outstanding job. Very physical ball team. They were very well prepared. We just got some breaks to go our way, and just got to keep building on what we got going on.
So, still being undefeated in the region, what have you seen your team improve on? I know that defensive line has been strong and has been playing great, but is there any other areas that you've seen improvement on?
Anytime you put 40-plus points on the board, it's pretty good on the offensive side. And so Coach Quincy and Coach Brundage have done an outstanding job with the rest of the staff. Coach Carey, Coach McConnell, and all those guys have done a real good job. And then, like you said, you got to compliment the defensive staff. Coach Wilcoxon and his whole group, Rogers and Coach Brundage again. All those guys have done a good job in preparation, and then the execution that our guys have put in is number one. But we still got to cut back on some mistakes that we're making. If we can eliminate those things and build on ourselves, that's what we want to continue to do. And that we have done that, but it's not where we want it to be.
I agree. So I know you got Luverne coming up on the 4th of October. Who do you have next week?
We go to Georgiana. You got Coach Ezel, which is always, Coach Powell always does a real good job. He's got some really good players down there, and they'll definitely be ready. And we have just got to, enjoy this win till 2 o'clock Sunday and get prepared to play that group down there because we travel to them.
Well, congratulations again tonight, Coach, and good luck next week, and we hope to hear from you next Friday.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much. God bless.
Yes, sir. You too. It's Coach Snyder from Goshen High School with a big win tonight over New Brockton, one that they dropped last year. It was a great game. You could go back and watch that game if you want on our Facebook page or YouTube channel. You can check that game out from last season where New Brockton come away with a win, but tonight Goshen came away with the win. Let's go and take a look at some of the scores, final scores. Everything should be updated now in all finals. And we'll take a quick break and we'll come right back.
Preston's Steak and Grill in Troy and Laverne serves quality food cooked over a wood-fired grill. Call us for any event you may need catered. Located at 1647 US 231 Troy and 149 Forest Avenue in Laverne.
All right, this is Adam. Take 2. Mark?
I guess.
I go like this.
The best part about playing football in Texas has to be the reaction from the community.
I want to encourage others to play volleyball or choir because you get to experience new things and do stuff that you've never done before. My reason why is passion.
My reason why is pride.
Trojan Auto Parts of Troy, home of Napa know-how. Stop by and see owners Mike and Melissa Kilcrease and their Napa know-how team with over 100 years of combined experience. We're the only locally owned parts store in Pike County, and we're fully stocked and ready to serve you. We pride ourselves on being your go-to parts store, not only for the simple items, but we specialize in those hard-to-find items as well. Trojan Auto Parts, the right part at the right price at the right time. Napa, a name you've trusted here in Troy since 1945.
The NFHS Learning Center is the leader in online education for the interscholastic community. At NFHSLearn.com, you can find over 60 courses for coaches, administrators, officials, parents, students, and performing arts programs, including over 25 free courses such as concussion in sports, heat illness prevention, sudden cardiac arrest, and protecting students from abuse. For more information, visit the NFHS Learning Center.
TLC Plus is your one-stop shop for pressure washing, landscaping, custom woodworking, and full-service electrical work. Licensed and insured, there is no job too big or too small. They offer flexible hours with no overtime charges, weekdays until 8 p.m. and on Saturdays. With hundreds of satisfied customers from across the Wiregrass, TLC Plus has competitive pricing and the best warranty in the industry. Give them a call today at 334-268-1515.
Welcome back to Wiregrass Sports. I want to thank you for sticking with us tonight. If you would, please watch it on Facebook. Hit that share button down there. We greatly appreciate it. Hey, if you're watching the replay and you didn't see this live, every Friday night at 9:30 p.m. we give live score updates, coaches interviews. You don't want to miss it. Let's go to the phone now. We've got a caller on the line, Joshua Hodge. How you doing tonight, Josh?
I'm doing great. How are y'all?
You didn't get any burn down there from that game in Ayrton tonight, did you?
Didn't get any what now?
You didn't get any burn? It was a barn burner. I was just making sure you didn't get burned.
Not only was it a barn burner, we had to watch the fire during the halftime show. Daleville's band, their majorettes, they had fire and knives going at halftime. So
I think we lost you there for a second. You still there?
Yes, sir, I'm here.
So what did you see different from, the first update I got was 26-0 Daleville, and then, I got a few more updates. Ayrton was pulling close. The next one that caught my attention was 40-40, and Ayrton had come back and tied it up. So what did you see differently from the first quarter, second quarter, into the second half after halftime?
The big thing is on stopping their number one running back, and Daleville just could not eliminate the non-ball dead ball penalties. They continued to put themselves behind the chains. They gave up first downs. They put themselves in long down and distances, and every turnover went Ayrton's way. Sometimes the balls just bounced your way. They had turnovers. They had onside kicks. They had interceptions, fumble recoveries, and they didn't just get them, but they were able to capitalize on all of them and chip away in that 4-possession lead and ultimately get a 15-point win.
Well, I know that Coach Kilcrease there, I was hoping we'd hear from him tonight. I know he's got to be happy, and we had an Ayrton fan call in as soon as we went live, to give us the update and tell us the final. The Jalen White kid, we showed some of his highlights earlier here. Number one running back in the nation, sourcing Max Preps. Before tonight's game with
correct.
Over 1,100 yards, on 99 carries. But it is hard once you get down and it's, second and 20, third and 15. Even if you are averaging nine yards a carry, it's hard to get a first down on that.
Yes, sir. And he probably had over 200 yards tonight. I know he had over 300 yards last week. He is a great back. He was making plays on defense. He handled some of their kickoff duty. some of their kick return duty. He played a great game, and I don't want anybody that didn't see the game, that only sees the final score, to lose sight. Daleville had some very explosive plays. They scored on an 80-something yard touchdown run, 40-something yard touchdown run, scored on a 50-plus yard pass, had many 30, 40-plus explosive plays in the kick return game. They blocked a punt. If you only saw the scoreboard at the end of the game tonight, you'll lose sight of how well Daleville played at times, but too many turnovers, too many costly penalties. And you mentioned Coach Gilcrease. He'll definitely be excited tonight because there's not a deficit that his young team is going to face to where they don't believe that they can come back. Their cheerleaders had a chant. We believe we're going to win, and they stuck through that. Their crowd hung in all game, and what a great job by high school age kids to believe and persevere through that early deficit.
Definitely. I mean, I would say, once you get off, you start a game first quarter and you're down 26-0, and you come back and win by 15. There's nothing in the rest of the season that can stand in your way.
That's absolutely correct. And I commented during our broadcast that this is the type victory that can really springboard, a season, because you know how important confidence is, Brandon. We see it, every season, and a team that believes in themselves is tough to beat.
Yeah. So if you're unfamiliar, Joshua Hodge is the commentator for Troy Cable. So if you have Troy Cable, Channel 2, I'm sure they'll be replaying that game probably sometime tomorrow or sometime this week, or you can check them out on Facebook. They'll have it there, or their YouTube channel. So you're on the road again next week. Where you going to be there, Josh?
We're going to be at the big Crenshaw County rivalry game between the Luverne Tigers and the Brantley Bulldogs. Both teams had big wins tonight. Luverne trying to rebound from some losses that they had after last year's state runner-up team. The Brantley Bulldogs were a very young team last year, starting a lot of 10th graders and even some freshmen. So they're getting a little bit more experience. They're getting better under Coach Little Roland Jones there, and it's probably going to be one of the biggest games in the state, no doubt. So we appreciate everybody checking that out next week. It's going to be a great game, big rivalry game, and we're excited to be there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, we appreciate you calling, Josh. Have a great weekend, man. We'll talk to you next week.
Thank you soon, and thank you. We'll talk to you soon, and we appreciate, again, Wiregrass Sports score updates for all of our coverage. We couldn't make it without you. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you.
Good night.
That was Josh Hodge there at the Ayrton game tonight. He was commentating for Troy Cable. Apparently that was the game to be at tonight. Ayrton down 26-0. They come back in the second half, tied up. It was 40-40. Ayrton pulls away, gets a 15-point victory. I know Coach Gilcrease and the Ayrton community there is going to be happy about that one. Let's take one more look at the scores, finals. We'll take a look at matchups for next week so you'll know who's playing who. Hey, if you're watching on Facebook, give us a share. We appreciate it. We'll see you next Friday night, 9:30. Right here on Wiregrass Sports. I'm Brandon Adams. Have a good night.